Hello everyone, welcome to the Losers Round 2, and this is going to be the first best of 13, so we're going to, the winner's going to take 7 matches, there'll be 4 forces, and it'll be half an hour longer. Today, I am Game Draco, joined today by Renegade, who I remember most notably for being my Endo Prime Central times before in the game, so great to see you on here.
Thanks for the introduction. Appreciate it. Yes, I'm Renegade. I've been part of this community for a while now, and yeah, I just want to be here and help commentate for what these guys are doing. It looks like they're playing Rats Terrell from Endo. What's
And Howard Gorge.
Have they agreed to some kind of gentleman's agreement?
They just agreed to this, so and they're both ready, so I'm gonna have to count down.
Okay, so they've agreed to Rats Terrell.
Yep, Rats Terrell.
That's pretty unconventional, because yeah, for anybody that's new to viewing these types of races, he's definitely not a top tier pick at all. So, these guys are willing to do some, have some fun matches, which is always nice to see,
Yeah. This Rats Terrell, he has the worst acceleration of any pod in the game. He has one of the best brakes, which is so like what? And then his boost thrust is the same as Bullseye Navoir, but you don't see it because his acceleration is so atrocious, and Bullseye has one of the best. And if you watch the Phantom Menace movie, you probably know about this guy, since this guy got killed in a crash into a stalactite.
Yeah, I'm honestly disappointed though, Game Draco, they didn't go with my Gasgano pick. If they're going to do a fun pick, I mean, by all means, you gotta have Gasgano. But that's just my opinion. But I would have loved to see that, honestly. That would have been pretty good. But no, yeah, Rats Terrell is interesting. He does definitely have better turning than Gasgano. That's probably why they prefer him. And better cooling. Going through that that double turn in the cave is going to be difficult for them. To not hit the wall at all, because you do lose a lot of speed, a large amount of speed just for hitting the wall slightly, even if you don't crash. So,
and it's particularly bad with Rats Terrell when his acceleration is the worst of the worst.
Yeah. We'll see how Dwight Guy does with the sliding. I want to keep it, because these matches can be pretty close usually. So if one section of the track is done much better than the other racer, if one pilot executes it much better, they can pull ahead really far. So it would be nice to see the times here. Right now, they're both in the. Are they actually competing right now?
Yeah, they're all competing.
Oh, okay. This isn't. Okay, for some reason, I thought this might be just a long one here, but now we're live. Oh, that's great.
The use of lightning on the slide is really making him pull ahead of Dry Guy, though his engine's massive into the red.
He just went into a red engine with those, so he's going to have to be a little more conservative. Dry Guy is not too far behind him here. It's pretty close. I would say maybe a second or two.
Yeah. Yeah, it was about they were about 2 seconds off going into the first lap.
Yeah, it's about 2 or 3 seconds right now, it looks like.
Yeah, but LightningPirate using the slide is causing him to gain little by little more and more.
Yeah, and that and Game Draco, that's going to really stack up over as long as he doesn't wreck, it's really going to stack up each lap, because this is one of the longer tracks in the game, or an intermediate level.
It's a medium level track.
Yeah, not a short track for sure. So it's interesting though. It looks like Lightning took a conventional route. He took the left route in the caves there. Yeah, the route Dry Guy took is more newer. Ooh, that was really bad bonk Dry Guy took. Yeah, that really hurt him. That was a lot of time he lost right there. But he didn't say earlier that he hasn't been practicing as much as he would like to. So that's got to just be due to lack of practice. Like he has the skill to pull that one off. Yeah, it looks like as long as Lightning doesn't mess up here, he has this match. This first round anyway. Of course, he doesn't know that unless he's watching his stream himself.
Lightning has it.
Yeah, it looks like by a good
About 4 seconds.
4 seconds. Well, that's an excellent first race from both of them. Neither of them crashed once. Pretty impressive on, especially I'm pretty sure I would have crashed at least once going through the cave. You know, I mean going through that tent shortcut.
Oh yeah, particularly with rats.
Yeah, with rats.
And now we're going into the perma bans. Each player will ban 2 tracks. LightningPirate comes in with Executioner. Ravine Gateway ban from Dry Guy. Under Prime Centrum from Lightning.
An interesting ban. I wonder why he banned that track of all things. Is that a comfort pick for Dry Guy?
Gauntlet ban from Dry Guy.
Alright, so far we have Executioner, Ravine Gateway, Prime Centrum, and Gauntlet. That's 4 tracks. Do they get any more here, or is that it?
Nope, this is Ward. Now we're going to go into the pod ban. So the loser of the race is going to ban a pod. The winner of the race is going to ban a track. And the loser gets to pick.
So the winner gets an extra track ban, you're saying?
Yeah, the winner gets an extra track ban out of the perma bans. He can temporarily ban.
Winner gets 3 track bans total then.
Dry Guy bans Bulls.
Predictable ban, I would say. Actually, no. Well, why wouldn't you ban? That's interesting. Why wouldn't you ban Ben here? He must want to play Ben himself.
You can also do that if you're going without if you force no upgrades, because Bulls is the fastest pod by what margin without upgrades, and a lot of people get thrown off by that. Spiceman run ban.
None of these bans make any sense to me except Ravine Gateway, so I'm really out of the meta here. They must know something about each other from the last match, I would assume.
Boom to training. So this will be Ben.
No force? He said pick boom to training, no force.
No upgrades.
No skips.
Or extra bans.
We should see some pretty similar times. What are the standard times here? Usually like 32 seconds or something?
Standard times are about
it's kind of hard to remember.
Really solid time is about. You really start getting really solid on this track once you get below 138, and I think this time we'll run.
Are we on a stream delay? Is that what it is?
Don't watch the Twitch feed. It has delay. We have to watch the restream feed.
Oh, I see. That's well. Okay, I'm sorry.
So, the white guy looks slightly ahead, but I'm not so sure if the view is. Whoa! That was bad! Every little bonk costs a ton on boot to training, and there's Dry Guy about 1/5 of a second ahead. Oh, he lost it. Not really good. Lightning can catch up. They're now about even.
Okay, so Lightning right there, huh?
Yeah, he's taking the boost. No! Right, I took the rock and he already was losing, so that is not good.
It's a new lap record.
Now it's almost a second ahead. Okay, this is where Dry Guy could catch up. Ooh, he caught fire. Repaired it very quick. Well, they're roughly about even again. It's all gonna come down to who holds the boost. Dry Guy held it. Oh no, he lost it. I think Lightning has it. 137.
Yeah, it looks like 137.
Yeah, 137.
That's pretty close. I mean, you know,
Bulls and Spice Mine run bans again. Okay, he's picking he's picking Bumpy's Breakers and banning Ben on top of Bowls.
So he said pick Bumpy's Breakers, force no Ben. So does that mean he banned no Ben? Or he banned...
He banned Ben on top of Bowls. And Lightning Pirate just said, you sly dog.
Okay, so you can ban 2 pods and if you lost?
Ban up to 4 if you use all your forces at once, but it's not a good idea to use all your forces at once.
So the forces can either be a skip or a pod.
You can force them simultaneously, or you could force just one thing. Okay, do I got going with Bullseye? Very reliable, but certainly not the fastest. My guess is Lightning Pirate's gonna go with either Beto, Mahonic, or Elon Mac.
Sorry, Beto. He's got to be trolling with that.
Beto's not a troll pick here. He's the 3rd fastest pod in the game after Bulls and Ben fully upgraded.
Yeah, but I mean the handling is difficult. I mean, if he pulls it up, that'd be pretty impressive.
At this point, Dry Guy has to count on Lightning Pirate crashing a bunch because Beto is much faster than Bullseye.
But Bullseye is also much more nimble too, so he has that advantage going from.
Yeah, but his agility doesn't really matter much unless you're on Gravine Gateway and Fire Mountain Rally. To a lesser degree on Boom to Classic.
True. And yeah, and the problem with Bullseye is he is paper thin, so he can't wreck quite easily. Unless you're very good with him, obviously. But Bullseye will, for anyone that doesn't race a lot of racer, Bullseye will fall apart much easier than most other racers. You can hit a polygon the wrong way or a ledge somewhere, and you'll just instantly, you know, wreck. When most other pods, especially Beto can take. He's built like a tank. He can take a lot of punishment. I think he's one of the only few pods that can actually clear out asteroids on the Uvu map. Uvu maps without. You know, most of the pods would blow up, and his doesn't because it's just so much bigger. So.
Well, Bullseye is the 2nd most fragile pod in the game after Slide Paramita.
Oh wow,
Shortcut, this might be determinant. Why Guy taking it, and Lightning failing it. Oh, and gets the bad respawn. That cost him about probably at least 3 seconds, maybe 6 or 7.
See, that's what I was saying. You know, this isn't grab gateway, but that one shortcut right there is probably one of the most. That's probably one of the tightest areas in the game.
Oh no, he crashes in the hairpin.
Yeah. Well, this is Dwight's match unless he has terrible laps.
139 is pretty solid Bullseye.
Yeah, that's a good Bullseye time. You know, slow and steady wins the race when it comes to these live attempts. You know, I mean, 1 or 2 crashes is just so much time. It's hard to make that up.
Yeah. Bullseye's agility is just better than any other pod. And Beto is one of the worst agile pods. He has one of the lowest turn rates, and the worst traction, and has fairly low turn response.
Honestly, props to Lightning for even attempting this in a one-off run. I mean, if this was an IL attempt and you had multiple tries, then obviously Beto would have the better times, be posting better times here. But I mean, for one attempt, I would say Bullseye is much easier to pilot than this track, because this is one of the more difficult. This is actually an underlooked track here. It's one of the more technically difficult, you know, one of the most technically difficult tracks in the game, behind stuff like Grapevine and.
Okay, Dwight Guy didn't make the shortest shortcut, but managed to save himself by continuing on the other one.
That was a very good save. And you can see Lightning just being very careful not to wreck in that tight shortcut.
Yeah.
We have a nickname for that shortcut?
I have no idea.
Just call it Tube Tunnel shortcut. Sunken City Tunnel shortcut. It's it. But yeah, for people watching this, if you don't, like, I'm sure if everybody has beaten the game by now or played most of the game, but if you don't remember, this track, and most except for Aqualaris Classic is the only Aqualaris track that doesn't have that shortcut. But that is probably the tightest shortcut in the game. I can't think of a tighter shortcut in terms of lack of space. So very precise, very hard.
Yeah, one false move and you crash.
Yeah.
Oh, crashes in the bends.
That's unfortunate. He should have gone bullseye, man, or at least
not a good spot to crash.
Yeah.
Either Mac.
But I mean, what's this? I mean, props to Lightning for even attempting this. This is a if he pulled this off, this would be very impressive. Because Vito is just, you got to be perfect on him here, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, guy takes the shortcut, nails it. Once he gets past the hairpin, there's not much space left for Dwy Guy to crash. There he goes, brakes. Okay. Dwy Guy has it.
Yeah, this was a well-executed run by Dwy Guy.
It's a new
457 with bullseye. That's pretty good, actually, with bullseye.
Yeah, that is respectable. It's a respectable time. But Lightning was definitely on pace to beat his time, except for those crashes. If he just didn't crash, he would.
Okay, Lightning's turn now. He's banning Mars.
Abyss as a track has been banned, it looks like. Now, just to clarify, Game Jacker, do these racers have a option to skip ban if they so choose? I know they won't be doing this.
They can choose not to ban if they don't want to.
Okay.
But
so if someone felt very cocky, they could just skip all their bans and say, I'm not banning anything. That would be like the ultimate disrespect.
Well, I know Mikey Berger did it back in the day against a really a rookie runner, or really just a more casual runner, and he just didn't ban anything because of that. Oh man, Doug Derby skips. And this is the newest skip of the bunch.
I think to make things fair, that's what Ace should do, because Ace is so dominant in this game. Ace, if you're watching this, and I know you are, you got to do at least one run later in this tournament where you skip all bans, all right? I'm just saying, man. But you got to keep it interesting. But anyway.
Oh, man.
Just had to say that there, you know. But DD skips. So Doug Derby with skip, looks like. That's very interesting.
Yeah, this is the newest skip.
So Lightning has been practicing these newer skips, it looks like.
Yeah. Best pod is when Sandage.
See, if I was racing Lightning, this is where I just
this track.
This is where I just give up because I can't do these skips. Oh man, this looks horrible. And
Dry Guy looking like he's setting up to do a full track run.
Honestly, it might be a better idea. No, he did it. Okay, there's one lap, and then he goes into the floor and blows up again. Yeah,
they were doing that because this is aired in stream time, and they'll post the runs after they finish. They usually finish before the broadcast.
It's only like 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, and here we go. This track, this is based off Laguna Seca, and you're just jumping the Andretti hairpin to the remainder of the track.
Oh,
not good with Dry Guy. Crashing full.
It's kind of ironic to see the no skips guy crash and not the skips guy in this track. You don't usually see that.
Here we go. There it goes.
So far, Lightning's doing this flawlessly. He just wants a free cheap win. He wants as little effort as possible, and the man is doing it. Look at this.
Oh, here he goes. And
dude, that's brutal.
That's 37 new tourney record. He beat the record set by Nacho the match before by 2 seconds. And now we're just waiting on Dwight guy to finish off.
Bringing out like someone get Lightning a towel because he's bringing the sweatiest strats to this match right here. This is like what you do if you're trying to win the whole thing, you know. Because it's hard for anybody of any level to contest that. You know, that's 3 laps in a row using a very obscure skip. That not many. I'm not sure if everybody in the. I doubt everybody in the community even knows how to do this. So
Now,
that's interesting. I feel bad for Dwight guy. That was just such a fast win. I mean, how many of those does Lightning have? You know, that's the question.
Okay. Next bands. Dwight guy is banning Bowls.
Zugga Challenge has also been banned by Lightning.
Defro's Revenge, no upgrades. Okay, he took out the fastest no upgrade pod, so the choice here is no upgrade Ben Quaternaros.
There must be some alternative options though, right? Like Sabobo.
There's no... The options aren't really that good with no upgrade. It's like, Bulls, the best by far. Ben is the second by far. Saboba is like third by far. And then...
I think Bullseye and Saboba are both pretty good, right? With no upgrades?
Saboba's third without upgrades. Bullseye is 6.
Bullseye is 6, you're saying?
6 without upgrades.
Oh. But
Fourth without upgrades is... Fourth without upgrades is Beto, and 5th is Mars.
Who's second?
Second's Ben, which is what we're gonna probably be saying.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's kind of a niche thing to practice. Is no upgrades. Not many racers probably do that on every track.
And especially not with any pod outside of Bowls. Whoa! Lightning crashed right away. Not good.
Yeah, he got caught on the really annoying part. Like, if you see those outside, you can see through the track a bit on that one part of the track. For some reason, you can, if you're going too slow, you can sink. Your pod can sink into that structure, and then you just blow up. Which is, I think, what might have happened to him. If you look at part of that track in the wrong way, it blows you up. So
yeah, and now with them having their booster tapped out, they have to rely on the cruising speed, which with Ben is third after Saboba and Bowls.
He's got a decent cooling from no upgrades, I can tell though. I mean, it's not great, but if you just cruise for a while, you can get most of your boost back. It looks like
56 is actually pretty solid for Ben on this track without upgrades.
You should see a boost coming up shortly here on Joy Guy. Yeah, he has half his boost bar back. Nice maneuver of the nice tilt through the city there. Wait, is Lightning still ahead though?
No, Fly Guy's ahead. He's ahead by at least a second or two or more. That crash really cost him something. There we go. Oh! Lightning crashes in the crane!
Well, this is what Lightning deserves after that sweaty fest that we saw on the last track. I mean, he did, that was absolutely dirty what he did to Dwight Guy with the Doug Derby skips. So I have no sympathy for Lightning whatsoever here, and it's nice to see Dwight Guy picking a comfort track of his. So, and that's how I expect this match to go for the rest of the remainder of the match. Just two guys picking comfort tracks back and forth. Yeah, you can notice Dwight Guy does kind of just turn through the crew. He just turns through those turns pretty smoothly. He doesn't have to drift.
Now just gonna firewall it. 249, 249. That's actually really solid with Ben for without upgrades. I need to take a look at my new upgrade time with Ben just to see how solid that is. Got 251. He got 249 with Ben. That's really solid.
Again, you're talking about PC players. They're generally gonna have different, easier time controlling.
Yeah.
The pod.
Once again, okay, banning Mars, banning Abyss, and this time we're going to Zugga Challenge full skips, which is one of Lightning's favorites. Last year he actually clinched world record then.
That is crazy. And I'm ashamed of Lightning right now, because, you know, Lightning was one of... I was almost a mentor to Lightning, you know, back in the multiplayer days, you know, where I originally met him. And, I guess he likes skips, which I hate skips. I think they're kind of cheap because they're so niche. But it's part of the tournament, you know, so he's free to do it. I just hope there's a limit to how many skips that he can force, because we've already seen one this match, and I don't want to see too many more, honestly. But that's just me.
Well, I know Mike and I did skips for Bumpy's Abyss, Abyss Gauntlet, and
but yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. Just two guys doing comfort picks back and forth whenever each one loses. So the person that these are so specific tracks they're picking that they both practice for, obviously, that the loser is almost always going to win the next match. Although Lightning has won one match so far, I believe, where he was not the person picking the track, so that's why he had 3-2. So he has the advantage this set so far. They can trade it all the way, and Lightning still wins.
we're both off.
Okay, starting out here, they're just going to the tractor section. Looks like Lightning is slightly ahead.
Yeah, he's on better boost patterns.
And also, his cornering was a little more efficient too, I think. That might just be his use of the drifting a little more efficiently, because he does drift more. He's more of a drifter than Dwight Guy, we know that. And you can see Dwight Guy's just
that was a bad block Dwight Guy took. Okay, so here comes the first portion. There's another skip you can do, but there's two major ones with this. There's the first.
Yeah, this is just pure, I don't know what to say. I'm just disappointed, honestly. But you know what? He practiced this, so he deserves the free win. I'll give it to them. You know, I'll say that. I would just like to see some more fundamental racing here. You know, this is more like, this is like the Joker pulling a trick out of a hat. You know, it's like okay, good on you, good job. I guess in your defense, you could always say, well, you should practice skips then. You know, you should practice skips so you can counter this.
I actually helped make one public back in the day.
Yeah.
The Gauntlet skip with the rock wall ride is something that I actually made public back in the day, because I remember back in the day Mike went way faster. I know he didn't do the full track, so I skip hunted and then found that rock wall and just basically said in the video, which I've now deleted, "Come on, Mike, cough it up. I'm sure this is how you do it." And that's how the rock wall ride, the Gauntlet skip, became known.
Yeah, I don't have too much history with skips, although I did help Ace back in the day develop the Bunta Classic skip, actually. For a while, we only thought Mars Gold could do that one, but I found a way to do it with Bullseye and some other pods. And then he finally figured out how to use Ben, and ever since Ben has dominated Bunta Classic, which is very strange, you know, because for the longest time, Bullseye was the best choice, or they thought they was the best choice.
Well, Ben now also dominates the full track of Boonta Classic because
Yeah, full track and skips.
he's a very high risk, high reward pick. Bullseye's really safe. You have to remember back in the day when Mike and I were competing, we were a lot more risk averse because we didn't know how far the game could possibly go like we do now.
Yeah, well, you didn't know about the FPS manipulation on top of the traction manipulation. So that was two significant things that you could.
Well, we didn't know about that until the GOG release allowed you to do that.
Yeah, because you guys played on, well, I know on PC anyway for Mikey, he played on like a Windows 95 machine, so there was no way to really. I mean, there was tools back then, but it was less commonly used. Anyway.
Yeah, towards the end he was using an XP machine, and I used the Nintendo 64 all the way.
Well, congrats to Lightning. You know, he practiced this skip, so I suppose he deserves his win. But that's 2 wins in a row off the back that Lightning has off the backs of skips. So I don't know. I'm trying not to be too salty here, but come on, Lightning. You know, let's mix it up a bit. Let's win some full tracks here, because we don't want to see too many wins in a row on a skips basis here.
He can only. Well, at this point, both players have half their forces. Both players have 2 forces left, so he can only force skips 2 more times at the moment.
That'd be ludicrous, but hopefully he doesn't do that. But we'll see. And what is this the best of, by the way? 13. So
Best of 13, so the first to 7 wins.
So we're just getting started, or we're about halfway through. It looks like.
Yeah, we're about halfway through.
Depending on how this, it could be longer, and if DIY makes a comeback.
Okay.
2 matches.
Okay, Dwy Guy is banning Mars. LightningPirate banning Inferno, probably because of the skip.
There's just so many skips now. You can't even possibly ban them all in one 80 setting, you know.
Okay, he's banning Ben and picking Adobe Mountain Run.
So we're most likely going to see a Bulls mirror match here, I would assume.
No. He banned. Oh yeah, I don't know about Bulls. Bulls is like really dicey with the low traction.
That's true. That's true. But he is the second fastest pod, upgraded.
Yeah.
So
he's the second fastest pod, but the pods that are the fastest open now, and Bulls, Beto, Elad, and Mahonic all very low traction, which is really dangerous for this track when it has ice.
Oh yeah, for sure. If I had to guess here, though, I think Dwight Guy is going to go Bullseye, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Lightning go for the Bulls, because he's proven himself to choose the riskier picks so far. So, and Bulls will pay off if you don't crash. He is significantly faster than Bullseye is. So, I'd love to see a Ben versus Bullseye, Bulls matchup here, but we'll see. It could just be Bullseye versus Bullseye here as well.
I don't think it will be Bullseye versus Bullseye. I really doubt it.
Yeah, that's true. But Lightning did go all Darbido, which was surprising to me on that one track. What was it? Earlier. Sunken. It was
Bumpy's Breakers.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like you're right. It looks like he's going to go with the...
Actually, he's going with Bullseye, which I'm really surprised by.
Going with Bullseye Nav here. But
this is a big surprise. I totally thought Lightning would have gone with Beto, Mahonic, or Elin here.
You called it. You said it was a Bullseye here. You're right. You're just surprised to see Lightning pick Bullseye?
Yeah, I thought he would have gone with one of the faster low traction pods.
That's what I was thinking too, honestly. I think if I was in this situation, I would probably go for the Bulls, but that's only because I practice Bulls. Like, I would practice Bulls for the tournament if I was to play it. Interesting. So, is crossing over to that bridge not as good on this track? Because I've seen a lot of people do that. on Howler.
Everything, well, shares almost everything with Howler, apart from the part that we're gonna go be doing now. Because after this ice drop, we are going to go into the pipeline. And this pipeline, ooh, hot fire was very, very quick. And then we're going into this crevasse, which is the fastest path on the track. Ideally, with Bullseye, you could probably take this whole shortcut without even braking or even let go of the throttle, which Lightning Pirate, both of them maintain full throttle through the turn, which you can't really do with any other pod. 126, 128.
Two very clean entries into the tent there. That's really solid gameplay. It's so easy to mess up on the tent area. So these guys have been practicing the tent shortcut, which is nice to see.
Yeah. A bit easier to do with Bullseye was his traction and narrow whip.
That's true. I do struggle myself on that area though. It's just so hard to go from full speed. You're usually going in like almost near full speed and approaching that shortcut, and then you gotta turn so hard to the left. So great discipline and control from these guys so far. It looks like Lightning is still slightly ahead though, but not by much. Maybe 2 seconds at the most.
Yeah, his boosting's a little bit better.
Looking at the damage charts model though, it looks like his pod is slightly more beat up. So we'll see how that plays into the rest of this this match here. The white guy seems a little more clean through the shortcut here. I mean, he's got the far out view, and I think he's using it very well.
Yeah. 120 is a really fast lap with Bullseye. Both 120.
120 on both there. 120.06 and 120 something else. I think the white guy nicked him in terms of time, but it was so very close. Yeah, he's only 2 seconds. He just can't break the gap, close the gap. He's about 2 seconds off still, it looks like. The white guy he doesn't know this now, but he really needs Lightning to bonk or something. He needs him to hit the wall. Yeah, he's a good 3 seconds behind. Man.
I think his boosting patterns are doing something.
Yeah, I think it's his boosting patterns maybe turning a little bit.
Okay, this is the final hairpin. This is probably the one part where both players could mess it up, particularly with the damage and how fragile Bullseye is.
Oh, he bonked. There we go.
Whoa, he bonked, but I don't think it's enough.
Exactly what the white guy needed. I think it might be enough here. We'll see.
Nope, it's not. 406 with Bullseye, and a 119 with Bullseye.
And
Jeez.
I was honestly rooting for Dwight guy there. That was a close race. Respect to Lightning though. He held that 2 second lead throughout the race. That was impressive.
Yeah, I think his boost patterns with Bullseye were just much better.
And he was hitting more walls too on top of that. So he just I honestly felt Dwight guy had a cleaner run in terms of damage, but Lightning just was better fundamentally.
We have a Bulls ban and no Spice-Spine run.
But in terms of not hitting walls, the white guy beat Lightning there, I would say, but he just didn't go fast.
Okay, Dry Guy has exhausted all his forces. He's doing Sunken City with no bend.
Okay, and that's 5 wins now for Lightning, it looks like.
Oh, force no upgrades, he meant to say. Okay, we're forcing no upgrades.
Okay, so this will be no upgrades again?
Yep, no upgrades. So I'm just waiting.
We're going to be seeing Ben mirror match for sure.
Yep, he's the second fastest pod without upgrades after Bulls.
So one more match here, and Lightning will put a ton of pressure on Dwy Guy because it'll now be. If he wins this, it'll now be match point for the series or the set.
Yeah.
So this is a must-win, I would say, for Dwy Guy.
Yeah, but now Dwy Guy is more at the mercy of Lightning now because he's exhausted all his forces.
Yeah. Well, that's all the more reason for him to be clutch here and win this match, and at least make it a little more interesting, making it 3-5. Because if he can win 2 in a row here, that would make things interesting.
Yeah, he already proved, he already showed that Lightning is not used to no upgrades without bowls.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, yeah, this has been Lightning's biggest weakness this series so far, or this set.
Yeah, he's just been flat out thrown off by not being able to use bowls, no upgrades.
Which is good if you're an opponent of Lightning right now, he might be facing him in the future. This is good. That'd be good notes to be taking.
Ooh, that was a really nice boost Dwy Guy held.
That was very clean. I don't know about you, but I'm rooting for Dwy Guy here. I want to see him do well and extend this.
Ooh.
Oh, that was terrible.
He didn't hit the shortcut. Oh dear. Well, that might have cost it right there.
Oh man,
no,
but he missed the entire shortcut too. Like he had to go all the way. He missed the entire thing. That cost him at least 10 seconds or something. I think he's starting to regret his decision. I mean, this is such a horrible track to try to do no upgrades on.
If he tilted, he probably would have made it, but he didn't.
I mean, he's not out of this by any means, though. They have, 2.5 laps to go here, and he's really not that far behind. Well, I'll give it maybe 10 seconds now. But that all can change next lap with the next shortcut. Who knows what's going to happen then? So if Dwy Guy can just nail the last 2 shortcuts, he's definitely got a chance,
Ooh, that was a massive bonk. He can make up for it if he doesn't bonk in that tube.
Yeah, these are nice drifts by Dwy Guy here. He's still a good, I don't know, 10 seconds I think. Like,
he doesn't
what do you
bonk.
think the lead is about now? About 10 seconds, you'd say?
I would say it's about maybe 9 or 8.
Okay. Either way, it's a significant lead Lightning has right here.
It was all due to that shortcut on the first lap. And it might have been the deciding factor of the race.
It might have been. Like, you're completely right. All Lightning has to do is play very carefully, and he basically has this in the bag here. And it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. He's not even opting for that shortcut. Look at that. Oh, right into the wall.
Dwy Guy's taking that shortcut and paying the price.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if he thought this one through. I mean, I'm honestly a bit confused. He did everything right, and he still went straight into the wall. Like, I don't know if that shortcut is even very efficient on no upgrades on Ben, So,
it's absurdly dangerous with Ben no upgrades when he's so stiff and unresponsive.
You would have
what
to
Lightning is doing by taking the second shortcut is actually the safest with the fastest pods, Bulls, Ben, and Saboba without upgrades. It's way safer. Because it's really dangerous even fully upgraded, but maxed out turning allows you to take that shortcut with less risk. But with no upgrade turning, it's absurdly dangerous.
Yes, well that is correct. Sure, and Ben I'm sure if you drift to your maximum potential and go slow with that combination, you can do the entire shortcut, but Dwy Guy just hasn't been able to pull that off, and that's unfortunate for him. And Lightning knows he's in a good spot, so he's just look at him. He's just tilting all the way up that hill, smelling the roses, as he goes by, just waving to the crowd, or waving to the aquarium. which is the closest thing that they have to a crowd in this part of the track. But yeah, he's just going to be cruising through, and he's just going to take the easier shortcut here, looks like. Yep. You know, Lightning is a smart racer.
No, that's what I did with that no upgrade, Ben.
Let's see if he can do it once. There you go. Nice.
He did it, but at the expense of losing massive amount of speed, which you cannot afford with no upgrades.
Yeah, if he did that exact maneuver all 3 laps, he would be winning here for sure. It's just unfortunate it didn't work out.
I'm not so sure if he would, because he lost so much cruising speed, and you regain it so poorly without upgrades, plus the fact that when you lose so much, it's very bad. So
it's actually hard. Yeah, that's actually, you might have a point there, but it'd be very close. It wouldn't be as much time saved as you'd think, most likely. Yeah. That first lap, though, was the nail in the coffin, I feel like, or it was one of the nails.
yeah, it was pretty much the nail in the coffin. He never caught up to it, and then it was sealed when he crashed the second lap.
Yeah.
5:31. That's really solid with Ben.
So it's been an interesting
Okay.
set so far. We've seen skips, we've seen no upgrades, we've seen anything but normal racing almost, it feels like.
Yep. This is match point for Lightning.
Yeah, this is match point. But Dwight Guy has a second chance to redeem himself here with the picking the track. I don't think he has any forces, like you said, right?
Yeah, he has nothing. He's exhausted all his forces.
But he does have a track pick, right? What does Lightning have? Does Lightning have any forces left?
No bowls, no Spice Mine run.
Man, Lightning really does not like Spice Mine. He's banned it every time.
Aqualaris Classic.
Oh, he picked Aqualaris Classic. Redemption time for us both, Dwight Guy says. Is there some kind of storyline to this? So this is going to be max upgrades, right?
Yep, everything's fully upgraded at this point. He has no choice. He can't force no upgrades anymore.
I don't know why he would choose free play with any AI here.
Well, it was found recently that the AI gives you a distinctive advantage over the door valve timing on this track.
Really?
Yeah, it was found very recently, like no more than a month ago.
It changes the pattern of the doors, you're saying?
Yeah, it changes it to a slightly more favorable pattern.
Okay. That's pretty smart, honestly. I never thought of that. But the AI could backfire if you do act. Do you ever have to lap the AI here?
I
Maybe
don't
not.
think it's an issue with Aqualaris Classic.
Yeah, it is a longer.
Because-
Well, it's a shorter track, but you can set the AI to fast, and maybe you'll never see it.
Yeah. The place where you're the short tracks like Bunta Training, Mongaza Speedway, and Spice My Run, it's possible to lap the AI. And it's practically unavoidable with Mongaza Speedway.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, Lightning is not using this AI strategy, so we have AI strategy versus non-AI strategy for the doors here, so this will be interesting to compare. So far, Lightning is just winning on better turning and drifting here by about a second or two. Yeah.
2 seconds.
54.25 versus 56.30. So Lightning just seems like we've seen this theme throughout the series or this match. I mean, but Lightning just seems that much better fundamentally than the White Guy, but not by much, only a couple seconds. They both have run extremely clean on these tracks. These no upgrade. I mean these upgraded tracks. They've run very clean. All the crashing has been in the no upgrades section, which is understandable. Yeah.
It's a new lap record.
What do you have to say for Lightning's performance here, Red Draco? Are you impressed by it?
I honestly don't know what to say because I just been mainly watching it. It's just they've just shown.
Yeah, it's been pretty solid. I'll give him that. He's run a very excellent match here. They're coming through the helix.
Lightning takes it. Fly Guy is eliminated, and Lightning Pirate advances deeper into the losers bracket. Hey, Fly Guy.
Hello.
How's it going, guys?
Right
now.
Well, that was a honorable attempt there towards the end, especially on that no upgrades Ben attempt on the sunken city. That was interesting.
That was not quite as planned. You know,
Yeah.
like missing the shortcut first time. I don't know how much time lost
unfortunate.
that is, and then crashing the second
Did
time.
you? I'm just curious. Did you practice that coming into
I
this?
did not.
Okay. Yeah, it looked like you didn't practice it the first 2 laps because you kind of adjusted the way you were racing. You finally nailed it the third lap though.
Yeah, it was about right.
But we were actually debating. This is kind of interesting. Lightning. You probably don't know this, but Lightning was opting to not even go for that shortcut, but taking like the longer, like kind of taking the shortcut, but going outside the buildings.
Oh yeah, that's not a
and
bad choice.
We were thinking that even if you do make that the shortcut all the way and don't crash every lap, he still might be slightly ahead of you just because he's not slowing down as much, you know, because the acceleration is so slow in no upgrades, you know. But no, you know, good job, you know, you did the best you could there. You honestly had very clean racing. Like I was very impressed by your attempt on Mountain Run. Adobe Mountain Run, because you were hardly hitting any walls there. That was very clean.
Yeah, I'm surprised where I lost time there. I'll have to watch it back.
Yeah, I think it was honestly just better boosting and probably slightly better turning, because he was hitting more objects than you, or more walls than you, but still found a way to maintain a 2-second lead throughout most of the track. So, but no, that was entertaining to watch. I had a good time commentating.
Yeah, I think it was pretty fun to play too. I'm glad I took a couple tracks off light.
The Light Guy's strategy was really admirable with the I don't know what you want to call it, but like the track robbing, where you take your opponent's picks and you push them off of what they want.
You can do a salty run back.
Yeah. But I really like that strategy, because I think I remember last tournament that was getting popular in the in like the best of 13s, where you have a lot of tracks to cover, so doing that is like a good way to sort of.
What did you want there that he took away from you? I'm just curious.
Well, right off the bat, he took Bunta training course full, and so I normally would go there with skips, so I would have to use my salty run back there. Then he went to bumpies after that, so I finally was like, wait, okay, don't ban Zugga after that.
I missed Zugga. Yeah, maybe I should have done that one earlier. Huh?
Yeah, your strategy, Lightning, was not admirable at all. You won 2 matches back to back with skips. I was very disappointed.
You didn't like that?
No,
I did not like. I was not impressed at all, because it's easy to. I mean, it's not easy, but it's not impressive to see someone win an easy win. Especially that was just brutal what you did to him on that 3-lap freaking Doug Derby that you did. That was just nasty.
I was really proud of that, man.
that was well practiced. I could tell. Good time.
I mean, even if you blow up, you're winning that. He didn't even attempt to do that skip. It's just I don't know. I don't love to see skips in the tournament, but that's just me.
I'm the same way. I'm more of a purist. I like the full tracks.
Honestly, nobody wants to see that. Outside this game, nobody wants to see that, okay?
You know what no one wants to see? No upgrades. That stuff is boring.
You might be right.
Oh, it was just a break.
You might have a
get
point.
back on track.
You were pretty brilliant with banning bulls and then forcing no upgrades, because I'm pretty sure most players do not know how to do no upgrades outside of bowls.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you
Maybe I'm wrong.
threw lightning off guard
You know
the
what?
first time.
There might,
Oh
there
my
might be
god,
some
death
players-
throws.
there might be some people that watch this that actually really like the skips, because some people really do like skips in games. So and what you did in Doug Derby was impressive. You didn't wreck one time, which I thought you would wreck at least once there.
Oh man, you should have seen how it went with King Bean Dip. That was a totally different story.
You botched it.
Oh yeah.
Did King Bing dip?
Yeah.
I don't remember
Forfeit.
that one.
King Bean
you-
knocked out like a 40-second flat, and I was like,
Oh.
really? Why
Hey,
did I
think you
even
beat his
bother?
here, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got sub 40. Nice.
Sweet.
No, and honestly, when you were practicing, you were crashing more today in that Doug Derby practice than you did in the actual run. So the practice worked out for you, I guess.
That's how it always goes, man. You have to do bad in the practice, then you'll do good.
That sounds
if
like a
it's-
good idea.
yeah.
But although
If
the
it's the
last match
opposite.
that I practiced, I crashed
If it's
like
the opposite, you just feel terrible, right? You're like,
my-
oh, if I just
my
did
main
the
roles.
same thing, I would have had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, always save your fire for the finals. That's true. But I'm just saying, you didn't have to do that to him, man. I would have been absolutely livid if that was me. I don't know. I might out of protest if you were doing the skips to me, I might not even finish the race. I might just not do the race. I would be like, okay, you know what? There's your win. Let's move on to the next track.
Yeah, there's a good amount of people that forfeit.
Let me pick the track now.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But I mean, there's always the chance of it,
Yeah.
backfiring really hard. So
They can't. And you know what? At the higher level in this tournament, a lot of these speedrunners, they do practice these skips a lot. That because they know they're going to be using them in the tournament. So it becomes a fact. Like you said, you versus King Bean Dip. You said both of you were doing the skip with Juan Sandage, and in that case, it's just a matter of who can do the skip better.
exactly.
But my argument is, there's probably like 5 people in the entire racing community that actually try to practice every skip in the game. So it's very niche, and I don't think it really proves who's better at the game. It proves who's better at skipping in the game, but that's a whole different thing.
It's like
Hot take.
it's like having items in Smash Bros. It's like this layer of chaos that sort of evens things out. If you think about it, it's a way for like less experienced runners to almost like meet that level, because there's a lot that can go wrong even for pro players. So
Yeah,
That's
it
true,
can
that's
definitely be an underdog pick.
But at the same time, they have to actually practice those skips too, and I don't know how many newcomers practice skips, but some might. You have a point there. But no, that was a very entertaining match. Like I said, and you didn't just win with skips. You won some legit tracks too, some full tracks, and
legit.
You won you won those decisively too. So you proved yourself either way.
Yeah, I like to see it end on Aqualaris, where we could redeem ourselves, like Twi said.
Yeah,
We're actually wondering about that. Why the redemption? Did you guys both have a terrible match earlier?
So yeah, when we played before, our last match was on Aqualaris, and it was a very close photo finish after both of us crashed.
Yeah.
Just one time though.
Yeah, just the once. Like it was. Yeah.
I was about to think that it was something like some nightmare where you guys crashed like 5 times or 3 times.
Oh no.
That would've
The
been
nightmare was I was off by like 200ths of a second or something crazy.
Oh, he nicked you by 200s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Lightning did to me actually, and I mean he beat me pretty convincingly in David or Mike's tournament, but there's one track I think it was Aqualaris. I was very close to him, and
Yeah, that was it.
I choked it at the very end by bonking on the wall, and he got me by like, I don't know how much. It wasn't much at all.
That last figure 8, you can't underestimate it. It's real nasty.
Yeah.
And that exit boost it's like you got to be real careful.
Oh yeah.
It's just a huge time save.
Well,
I think
it
it
looks like you got a rough road ahead of you, Lightning.
Just
I
about
don't
everything
envy
up.
you.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a blessing or a curse, but I gotta say GG's to
Yeah,
Twi guy.
GG. It was fun.
Hey,
Good
Game
luck.
Jacko, do you wanna close this out here?
Well, I'm just gonna look at it. You're going to face either Paige or Banana Boat Kid Lightning.
Okay. Well, it's been fun, guys.
Good.
Banana Boat Kid very intimidating right now?
Quite so, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know who he is. I've never even talked to him or anything. Like, he's kind of a new runner here, right? Newer.
I believe he's new this year, yes.
Yeah, it's his first tournament, but he's been around on N64, I think.
Oh, he's an N64 player?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, switch to the PC. And I think with this, I think we'll wrap it up. Good luck. May the force be with you.
Bye, guys. Thanks for commentating.
But
Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.